Hi everyone, Maya is here. I am transformational coach and tantra practitioner. And today I would like to talk about masculine and feminine energy. So in tantra tradition, no matter what kind of tantra you practice, every teacher will bring their own flavor, their own understanding of tantric teachings, their own interpretation. But at the core of any type of a tantra, it's beautiful balanced dance of masculine and feminine. It is a gift and art and mastery of harmonizing two different polarities and learning how to create a beautiful dance between them. And today I would like to cover the most basic for every person is masculine and feminine energy. No matter of your gender, we all carry within feminine and masculine energy. And here is the trick. In the women's body, we are most potent when we channel feminine energy. In the man's body, men the most potent, then they channel masculine energy. We absolutely should be able to tap into either of those energies and learn how to channel them. They are both absolutely essentials, but our greatest power, our greatest potency is reached when we are channeling women feminine power and man masculine power and energy. And I would like to talk a little bit more. What does it mean for men and for women to channel their energy? So we all, when we're growing up, we are very much learning a lot of basics of masculine energy. Because masculine energy is goal-oriented. Masculine energy holds container very powerfully and very, like always holds a solid container. Masculine energy is grounded. Masculine energy is achiever, is a warrior, is very much aggressive in a good way, right? It's expressed in a very open way. It's very direct. It's very like pointy, right? It has an arrow. And all of these qualities we taught since we were kids that we need those qualities in order to be successful, in order to achieve certain things. So no matter on gender, we learning very much how to tap into masculine energy, which is a great favor and upper hand for men in a good way. There's always dark sides. There's always this shadow side of any energy, of any superpower, but it helps men to be more harmonious within their bodies because they are running the energy the way their body's designed to run energy. For women, it creates a little bit of confusion because what happens when we grow up, right, and when we really surrender to life, right, when we open ourselves to real adult life, we as women sometimes might be lost because we do not know how to channel feminine energy. We don't even know what it is, feminine energy, because feminine energy, it's not about appearances. It's not about makeup. It's not about hair. It's not about your outfit. It's not even about your manners. It has nothing to do with the feminine energy. You can be the most good-looking woman with the most beautiful outfit, with the most charming manners, and you will be channeling masculine energy. And today, I specifically want to talk about where do we hold our feminine power. Our feminine power is in our ability to feel. And unfortunately, nobody educates us any basics of emotional intelligence. What does it mean to feel? how you ride the waves of emotions, because in society, being emotional is claimed automatically that something is bad. You're either a drama queen, or you're not enough of a man if, God forbid, you show your emotions. So basically, society does not create any template how to generate your emotions. Society shames and blames us for our emotions, and we expect it always to be happy, always to be put together, and always control ourselves. And this is a BS, right? We are human beings, we are not machines, and we don't have to be perfect. And more importantly, for women, this is where we actually carry our power and our ability to feel. So when you grow up as a little girl, constantly being taught that you have to be an achiever and you have to have only great grades, right? Only A's. And, when you also kind of set for success by, being super organized, being well educated, and like following on the rules, right? Like living in a very structural lifestyle. And on top of everything, you are suggested not to be a drama queen, right? You completely disconnected from your emotions. So emotions is what connects us very much with the element of the water. And this is the element of the feminine energy. And emotions are waves. And every wave has its peak. So it's crucially important for women to be able, when we start feeling emotion, not to suppress this emotion, not to numb this emotion, not to sugarcoat this emotion, not to dismiss this emotion, but actually let this emotion to bring you up to the peak. And peak can be a little bit of intensive experience. We might be afraid to feel so much because, again, this is not a muscle that we ever trained in our entire life. But our bodies designed, women body designed to actually do this right, to be a masterful surfer, to ride the emotional wave. So our body, our system, our energetic field designed the way that we absolutely have the capacity. There is no doubt in this. What we do not have is experience. But, experience, it's something that we easily can gain the moment we put our attention and our intention into gaining the experience. So when you feel an emotion, especially when you feel uncomfortable emotion, sometimes the response can be to shut yourself down. And we have to do the opposite. We have to open ourselves up even more, especially open our heart. Because for women, our chest, our heart, this is our active, open center, right? We even have breast for this reason. We are absolutely have the mastery within us how to feel. So when we are overwhelmed, when we think that we're overwhelmed by emotions, what we have to do, instead of suppressing them, controlling ourselves, we actually have to open our heart completely to the experience. Surrender your body, your energetic system to this peak, and just trust that this is the absolutely right way to go. After you reach the peak, you're going to feel something similar to catharsis, to orgasmic release, and then you start gradually going down this wave. And then what's going to happen is the fact that you went up the peak, you created more space for yourself, for your energy, and for life. And that's why women are have a gift to create and alchemize. This is where we carry this magical power. The moment when we open ourselves to the emotion, and release whatever the tension was built up, we're creating more space for ourselves, for our authenticity, for life, to people, events, things come into our lives. Not only come in, they kind of like magnetize, because when we able to reach the peak and come back, this is how we create that magnetic pull. This is how we amplify our energy, and this is beauty in it. And what I mean by feeling your feelings and not being afraid of the peak, it's something pretty personal. It's not necessarily, you acting mean or rude to other people. It's something very personal when you stay one-on-one with your feelings. Because in the heat of the moment, depending on the relationship and many other things, certain responses can be actually manipulated and influenced, and it's very hard to say what is yours, what is not yours. So everything that I've been explaining, it has to do with you being in front of your feelings, you dealing with your feelings one-on-one. It does not necessarily include other people. With other people, in relation to other people, what is important is pure honesty. Coming from vulnerable, authentic place, coming not from fear, coming not from manipulation, coming not from, having your own agenda. That's not gonna work. It's just important to show up authentically. And in order for you to show up authentically, it can happen only when you know yourself well enough, and only when you actually have a skill, have a muscle to ride those waves. In that case, you have enough skill set, enough ability to hold yourself and show up authentically. Because when we face other people, when we engaged into, especially in an intense conversation, what is important for each parties is to be able to hold themselves, no matter what's going to happen. Because when you collapsing, you're self-abandoning. And in that case, when you're self-abandoning, another person, first of all, does not have a representative from the other side, right? Like there is nobody on the other side. And, self-abandoning, if you're not there for yourself, who's going to be there for you? Nobody. That's a harsh reality, which is probably a completely different topic for another video. Regarding masculine energy, how masculine energy faces emotions, how masculine energy deals with emotions. Masculine energy, in the heat of the moment, where you feel a lot of emotions running through you, or where you're facing circumstances that are very triggering and very emotional for you, the way you deal with emotions and not collapsing is you ground yourself. You ground yourself even more. You really feel like you're glued to the earth. You hold yourself within a very solid, tight container. And whatever is coming onto you, you just breathe it in. And you're just releasing it to the ground. You breathe it in, you're releasing it to the ground. You're breathing in, you're releasing it to the ground. This is how you hold space for your own emotions. This is how you hold space for circumstances, for other people in your life. This is representation of the most purest, the most embodied masculine way to deal with intense circumstances for themselves and for other people. This is the beautiful capacity holding space. And no matter how skilled women are in masculine energy, we can train ourselves to hold space that way, but we're not going to be as excellent at this as men who just ground themselves, hold a solid container. And just, that's very important key is breathing. Breathe in, whatever is coming to you, and exhale down to the ground. Breathing is extremely important because breathing helps you to be very much present. And this is, again, it requires knowing your power, knowing how strong and powerful you are. So it requires being pretty much self-aware and very, very, very present. But breathing is the key. This is the alchemy of the masculine. So this is about it for today that I wanted to share. Feel free to ask questions, comments. Would love to hear what you think, what you have to say. Feel free to reach out. I offer coaching for women, how to channel, how to tap into feminine energy. There's such a huge gap because we just don't train how to do it. And I look forward to connecting with you more. And please, please, please subscribe, and hit the like button. And thank you so much for your time.